Yes, my good people, another day at work. At least it's a sunny day today, so today is one of those days where there is no need for complaint whatsoever. I just can't believe how fast the year is gone. We're just 1 month away till Christmas. This is scary, very. When we just realize the time is passing so fast, and we didn't have time to do everything what we wanted this year. My only concern is if we don't work and if we don't move on, maybe we're not going to be able to do everything what we want next year. But like some of my friends are saying, well, this year is gone, there's nothing else to do. And I say, well, up to you. For me, there's a lot of things still to do this year here. There is still another 5 weeks. And many things can happen in 5 weeks, guys. So it's up to you to decide if you want to do something this time or if you just want to wait for the new year's plan. And to be fair, if this year you didn't do anything, probably you will do nothing else next year. So this is how we get accommodated in life. That's how we think we are in charge of our own life. When bollocks, we are not. We are not. But we pretend we are, just we don't feel so much lame. We don't feel so much useless. But deep inside, we will get to the conclusion, which is, what the hell am I doing for my own future? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But of course, it's much easier when you hear a lie to make you smile than when you hear a truth that will make you cry. Well, it's up to us which one we're going to hear the most. If people like to live in a lie, it's up to them. I don't. So, regardless of my friends will tell me how they feel, how they feel. If they ask for my advice, they will get it. My real friends, they will have it. I don't think they will be happy with what I have to tell them, with everything what I have to say. You know, because sometimes people believe the friendship is to keep your friends happy all the time. Well, I want to see my friends happy happy in a long period of time, not only for a few minutes or for a few days when I'm gonna say something what they want to hear, but later on I know there'll be different consequence for whatever situation we are in. So I rather than to cry for a day or two and then get back on their feet and start moving forward instead of just keep pretending nothing is happening around their lives, if I know there is some trouble which can be resolved. Then that will be their decision if they want to, listen to it or not. But do not put the blame on me later on when things does not go according to what you guys want for making wrong decisions in life sometimes. Because we all make, I wouldn't say wrong decisions, but maybe we don't take the right path to walk sometimes. Yeah. No, I don't need the shed milk. Just the other commercial asking for anything. So no. Então, como eu estou dizendo, eu prefiro ver um amigo chorar com a verdade do que fazer ele sorrir com a mentira. Entendeu? Uma verdade muitas vezes dói. Uma verdade muitas vezes pode acabar com a amizade. Depende. Porque se aquela pessoa, se a pessoa que está do seu lado não está disposta a ouvir a realidade da coisa, talvez essa pessoa não seja sua amiga, talvez você não queira estar junto com essa pessoa que vai te dar problemas futuros. Eu falo por mim. Eu prefiro que um amigo me chegue na dura realidade e me fale algo que vai me fazer chorar agora, vai abrir meus olhos para algum possível erro. Para lá na frente, eu não poder chorar, dizendo, pô, ninguém me alertou, ninguém me deu um conselho, ninguém me ajudou, todo mundo se afastou. Então eu ouço o que as pessoas têm para me falar. Muitas vezes escuto as histórias de vida que essas pessoas passaram. Se eu vejo que há alguma coisa ali que vai me trazer algum aprendizado, eu ouço, mas a decisão no final vai ser sempre minha. Nós não podemos culpar o mundo todo por causa de erros que nós cometemos, pelas decisões que nós cometemos. É por isso que antes de qualquer coisa, a gente precisa pensar bem. Antes da gente tomar qualquer atitude, ter qualquer pensamento, qualquer ação, a gente tem que analisar o que realmente está acontecendo à nossa volta. Porque as consequências virão. Virão. So sometimes I'm just saying we need to really be really careful with our decisions. Because for every action there's a reaction. And the consequence of our decisions, they will come. And we must be prepared. So take a deep breath. Think, pray, analyze, meditate, be in peace with yourself. As I say, I have friends who are living near me. They were having, I wouldn't say what a great life, but they were having a good one, paying for the essentials, living a good life, all aspects of financially, even though they didn't have to put so much hard work, they were still doing okay. And some of them just decided to change country. Some of them just wanted to be close to the family, some of them just to be in a warmer country, some of them wanted to have a challenge, life, start something new from the scratch, which is all good. I have nothing against it. We always need to go for the best. We need to try what we're gonna make us have a better lifestyle. The problem starts when you make that decision and you're gonna compromise people who are following you. When you are single and you don't like the country you're living, and you don't like the lifestyle you're having, it's really easy to change it. I want to go back to my country, I want to live with me and my family, I believe everything what I need is out there. Yeah? Get your backpack and go. Now, when you have family, that's a different thing. When you have people who are depending on you financially, emotionally, that's something which we cannot afford to make these changes. Like I have days of friends of mine who decide to go back to our country and they believed everything would work great the way they wanted it to happen. And at the end they got so much disappointed because nothing was the way they wanted it to be. Lost houses, they don't have a proper job, living a life like waiting for someone to come and rescue them for the poor house. Thinking there's going to be another opportunity in life, which I believe there will be. It's just going to take longer to get back to it. A lot longer. Because as I say, one thing is when you are single and you can afford to struggle, and there's nothing else left in life, you can go back to your parents and you can start over. Now, when you have a family, how do you think you're going to start over? There's no chance. So one bad choice, one bad decision will compromise their life big time. Because some people will say, yeah, but he can always come back here to England. Well, there's plenty of people who did that. Yes. One thing what some people don't realize is, if you live in England and you want to go back to another country, to your own country, there will be an easier way. Buying tickets, we start with, because it's much cheaper to buy it from the Britain. Now, if you never leave Great Britain, I'll give you some tip, because you are going to have enough money for the deposit of the house. It's not cheap. Some of the places they will ask you for extra money to pay for 2 or 3 months in advance. Some of the rules are changing now, but only the deposit and for the fee itself, we're already talking about around £3,000. Plus some other money you're gonna have to pay for fees around it. So you're gonna need at least £5,000 just to start with. Now, where are you living? To make £5,000 in England is a hard work. Can you imagine living in a country where the currency is much weaker? So it's not a simple fact. Just, okay, let's start over, let's move, let's start it again. Now, should I blame these people? No. I don't blame anyone for trying to have a better lifestyle. I don't blame anyone to try to go to their own country, to their family, to try to live a life they want to. I don't blame, because everybody will want to have this sort of lifestyle. So would I. One day I want to go back to Brazil. You know. Maybe one day I just want to go back home. I just want to be close to my family. I just need to make sure before I do that, I'm gonna be on a good financial situation. And when I say in a good financial situation, I'm not talking about being rich, but I'm talking about, is my son gonna have everything what he needs for his education? Am I gonna be okay to pay a rental, to buy a house? Am I gonna have my own business? Am I gonna live in a place where it's safe, it's secure? I want to be close to my family, but how much am I going to be close to my family just because I want to move back to my country? These are certain questions we ask ourselves sometimes, and they are not the way we want them to be. Once again, living in a different country is a hard thing to do. Okay, like for example, it's been almost 20 years I live in the UK. It's not easy at all. But that's the place I decided to move. That side, I want to start a new life. I want to start my family. I want to make it work. So there's not a chance I'm gonna leave the place where I'm right now just because I feel like I should start over. After 40 years old, there's not a chance for mistakes anymore. If that happens, it will happen just because that's life. We're never prepared for everything what will happen to us in life. But to make decisions, like for example, moving country after when you are 40 years old and you have a family to take with you, is a really risky thing to do. 1 second, guys. So yes, guys, making the right decision is not an easy thing to do because we never know what's right or what is wrong. But we really can prevent stupidity. Why am I gonna leave my job? Why am I gonna leave my house? Why am I gonna sell my car or whatever belongings you might have just because you want to go to an adventure around the world? Just because I want to see what is there, I want to challenge myself. Bollocks. You challenge yourself when you are young. You challenge yourself when you are single. You don't put your family at risk. Okay? You don't go into challenge when your family will pay the price for your own mistakes. So that's how I believe in it. That's what I see happening every single day. Now, who am I to judge people who make those decisions? I'm not. That's why I always say to people, I do not give advice to no one. What I do is I share experience what I had in my life, and I share with a lot of people bad and good moments that I had in my life. For some of the decisions I've made, the consequences I went through. For some of good decisions I've made, I show them the progress, I show the reward for my actions or for whatever I wanted to do. It's up to them to decide what they do for their own lives. Okay? I only point what can be pointed at this time. But we are the owner of our own life. You alright? So, okay, guys, so thanks for passing by. Thanks for listening to this little old fella, this young old fellow saying some stupidity in this early morning. So if you please can leave your like, that would be much appreciated. If you can subscribe to the channel, even better. Okay, I still believe I'm gonna get a few more subscribers by the end of the month. If I can get 100 to 110 subscribers by the end of the month, that will be brilliant. That will be outstanding. That will be great. And let me just get to the road. So I'm gonna leave the yard now, and we guys can talk later on. If I have time to do a little bit of training, I'll come back later on, and I'll see if I can help you guys doing a little bit of stretching. Okay, so if you have any questions, please just send a message on any of the videos in there. I'm gonna read your message and I'm gonna reply to it. Okay, and as I say, if you can leave your like, that would be much appreciated, so the YouTube can recommend the channel to other people as well. And here you're gonna see all different sorts of things. You're gonna see me training capoeira, training other martial arts. You're gonna see me doing massage, working with the co, or sometimes just show you a little bit of North Yorkshire, Great Britain, or when I'm traveling around the world, and I can show you some bits from other different countries as well. Okay, so thanks for passing by. Thanks for being here with me, guys, today, and I'll speak to you later on. Bye for now.